Welcome everyone. In this video, let's look into how you could create different types of sandwich classes using our real-time material editor. See, by sandwich classes, I'm talking about your mesh-based sandwich classes or a fabric sandwich class or your written sandwich classes. And for all the sandwich class creation, you need two important maps of the texture. First one is the diffuse map and second one is the refraction or the opacity map. To give you a quick heads up on what these maps are, see, each and every map will contribute to the different nature of the texture. For say there is a map called diffuse map which will be using for your sandwich class creation, which will contribute to the visual appeal, the aesthetics of the texture. There is a map called bump map which will contribute to the height or the depth definition of a texture. There is also a map called reflection which will contribute to the color of the reflection, and there is also a map called glossiness which will contribute to how glossy or matte your texture needs to be. And finally, there is one of the commonly used maps called refraction or the opacity map which we'll be using for this texture, which will help you to control the transparency, or it will help you to decide what are all the regions in that diffuse map need to be solid or opaque, and what are all the regions need to be transparent or complete see-through. So using these maps, we'll be able to completely define the texture to precision, and compiling all these maps together will give you your PBR, physical based render textures. And if you're wondering how this diffuse map will look, here is a reference image. So what you're seeing is a diffuse map of a mesh, and now what you're seeing here is the refraction or the opacity map. This refraction or opacity map on most cases will be a black and white. In this, the region which are demarcated as black will be the visible region of the diffuse map, which means those are all the regions which you will see in your final textures. And the region which is demarcated as white, those are all the regions will become transparent or see-through in your final texture. And these two are the important maps which you need to create any sandwich place classes. Since that being addressed, now let's just focus on how you could create that sandwich class texture using a real-time editor. So for that, first you have to go to your landing page and there click on this personal library, which will open up your personal library of models and textures. And we're going to address completely with regards to textures now. So just click on textures. And here you will see different textures which you uploaded in your personal library. In this, on the top right, you have something called upload textures. Click it and this will open up your upload window. Here, instead of just drag and drop, or here instead of just clicking this upload from the computer or drag and drop the image here, you have this option here named real-time material. Click it. This will open up another window which is your real-time material window, and this is the window where we could create any PBR material of our preference. And in this demonstration, since we'll be talking about your sandwich classes, first you need to select a template which will contribute to the sandwich class. So for that, here can you see you have list of different materials in this select class mirror, and here you will see different types of classes and mirrors. Just scroll down and in this you will see something known as decorative pattern class. Select it. We're going to use this as a base template to define our own sandwich classes. So now can you see this is what that decorative pattern class is. If you want, you can use your scroll button to zoom into that texture and look into the micros. If you are looking for a similar kind of a class, yes, you are more than welcome to use this, but we're going to modify this template based on our requirement. So for that, on the right hand side, can you see it is showing you the different maps what we addressed for this selected template. The diffuse map, reflection, reflective glossiness, bump, and comes in your refraction, right? So here you could see all the maps, but like I said, the most important map for any sandwich class is this diffuse map and the refraction map. So for that, first just click on this diffuse map. Here you will see the actual diffuse map. You could replace this with your personal diffuse map of the mesh or the fabric or the random. So for that, just click on this upload icon and this will open up your browse window. Here, just browse your diffuse map of your preference. So in this case, I'm planning to use the diffuse map of this texture. So just select it, click on open, And now that selected diffuse map will be uploaded, and here you could see it is updated in your preview too. And now you might not see a major difference because the refraction and bump map here are still in the default previous design. So for that, first just go to your bump map. Right now there is a bump. Bump is nothing but, like I said, this controls the depth definition. Can you see there is some region which are embossed here and some regions which are recessed, right? That is created by this bump map, because right now you have a bump scale of 2. Just reduce it to 0 so that your surface will be as smooth as possible. Now once that is done, now comes the second map which you're going to upload, which is the refraction map. So for that, just click it, and here it will show you the default bump map of the previous texture. Now I can just click on this upload. This will open up a browse window, and here I'm going to select the refraction map, the mesh which I'm looking for. In this case, this is the one. So here, like I said, can you see the regions which are in black will be seen, and the regions which are in white will be completely cut off in the diffuse map. So I can just select that refraction map, click on open, and now can you see the final texture here? This is how your mesh based class will look like. If you would like, you could even change the sphere model to a panel model to even see how this preview would look much more appropriate on a shutter. Or if you like to take this a notch up, you could also select a standard scene here and just click on render, where this created texture will be applied to the standard scene. That will show you a quick preview of how this texture would look if it was applied to a project. Can you see here? If you want, you can just click on this lens icon to magnify that image and have a glance. And from this image, you could clearly see that the scale of this mesh is larger. No issues. On top here, can you see the width and height of this texture? Right now it is 1 × 1 meter. Just reduce it. So in my case, I'm just making it as 400 mm × 400 mm. And now we could apply this to the same scene and have a glance. So now it is much more appropriate. Now this is what the texture I'm looking for. Once this is done, just click on save. And here you can just type the name of the texture. The size, which we already mentioned here, will be automatically transferred. And then comes in the render category, which is very important here. Here, if you just click, you will see many render categories. So if you're planning to apply this new created texture on your panels, it could be for your shutter panel, carcass panel, or anything that has to do with cabinet, make sure you select either floor tile or wall tile. In this case, let me just select it as floor tile. Once that is done, just click on save. This new PBR texture is saved to our file. Now, if you want to create different variations of the sandwich classes, yes, you could just again go to diffuse, click on upload. Now this time, instead of that diffuse map, you can just go for some other diffuse map. In my case, I'm planning to go for this one. Just select it, click on open. That selected diffuse map will be applied. And now according to this diffuse map, I could also select its respective refraction map. So just go to refraction tab, click on upload. So in my case here, it is this one. Can you see? So the black region is something that will be visible in your diffuse, and the white regions are something that will be transparent. So I could just select this, click on open. And now can you see the difference here? If you want, you can even set it to a square model to actually have a glance. Again, here the scale is a bit larger, so I can just reduce it to 400 × 400. And I can have a preview of it. And now once this is okay, now I could just save this and set the render category as either floor tile or wall tile, and it's save button. And now if you go to your personal library, you could see these two textures being updated here. And once it is updated, now you could just go for your project. And in this demonstration, I'm going to use this wardrobe here. So first, this wardrobe is a plain shutter wardrobe. I have to make this into a glass shutter. So for that, I could either go for an aluminum glass shutter or a wooden frame glass shutter or a wooden frame glass shutter with dividers, any glass induced shutters. So for this, I'm planning to go for a aluminum frame glass shutter. So just click on style, go to door style, click on the door style. This will open up our door style catalog. In this, click on all category, go to door with glass category, where you will see different types of shutters which are associated with glass. In this, can you see your aluminum profile shutters? If you are looking for a wooden frame shutter, like I said, this is also available, or wooden frame with glass is also available in this category. Let me just select the aluminum profile shutter. The aluminum profile shutter is applied. And here you could control the finish of this profile, the finish of the glass, and the glass type. Glass type in the sense you could make it as a plain glass like what you're seeing, or if you want you could make it like a fluted glass as well. But in this demonstration our major focus is on the sandwich glass. So let me just click on the glass finish, and this will open up our finish catalog. Yes, in our catalog also we have certain glass finishes here you could explore, or if you like to precisely apply your personal library finish which we created now in your real-time material editor, just scroll down, and here can you see there is a tab called personal, right? Click it, and under this click on this upload tab, and here you will see your uploaded finish. And here can you see this is the sandwich glass 2 and sandwich glass 3 which we created now. So you can just select it. Just in seconds that new created PBR texture will be applied for the shutter. And once the glass finish is applied, please don't get confused by how it appears in your 3D modeling window. Please check in your renders. So for that, let me just go for my real-time rendering window. So here can you see this is how your mesh based sandwich glass will look like in your renders. And now if you like to explore with another personal library finish which we created, same process, go to your modeling window, select these T shutters, select the glass finish under the style, go to your personal tab and apply it. Or if you want to quickly have a glance of how that texture would look in this rendering window itself, here in your rendering window you have your material tab, right? Click it, and this will open up your public library of materials. In this, on the right hand side, can you see you have this mine tab, right? Like I said, the term mine represents your personal library or the uploaded materials. So just click on mine tab, and here under uploads you will see all the uploaded finishes in your library. In this is the texture what you're seeing now. I would like to see how this texture is rendered in this view. So I can just click it and apply this to the glass. Can you see this is how this mesh texture would look? And this is exactly the glass finish I'm looking for. And once that is done, you can just click on this three dot, select the aspect ratio, select the resolution, and you can hit render. Can you see this is how that sandwich glass finish will look in your renders. So with this, your sandwich glass creation using your real-time material editor is completed.